Here we go. I am in the new category 510 650. Oh dear. I think there's 70 odd riders in here. We're on the Rolling Highlands and we're on the new Zwift type of events. What is it? It's the evening of Tuesday, the 4th of May in the UK, and it's a bit close, a bit warm, a bit sweaty in the shed. 73 riders, Rolling Highlands, and the new format, this 4x4, stage one, and this is the normal Z racing. There is an opportunity to do a crit race, an epic lap, and a TT, I think, in this new format. So plenty for everyone on stage one. As I said from the start, 510 650. What am I going to have to do to finish in the top half and not lose ZRS points? That is the absolute key. So I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up. I increase my racing score after everybody had finished by 1 point. That's the success. But just watch here. So we've got two laps, just under 14 miles. Just over 14 miles. There's leading on the first lap, as you can see, and then it's little punchy kicks and climbs, which is this Scottish course. I really enjoy this. You can see there's a main feature of a climb. It's not steep, but it just drags on a little. And then it's flat, punchy, little kick, and then a climb to the finish. Lap two, bit of a repeat. So the key is, what's it going to be like, and what will I need to stay in this front group? Everyone's bunched up. You can see two riders dropped from the top, and I'm concentrating. I've just had a full, massive, strong as you like filter coffee, and I'm absolutely on it. It's an after work race, so I am a little tired in that respect, but as soon as I got on the bike with that coffee in me, I'm ready for anything. It's probably due to take between 31 and 34 minutes for someone doing about 3.7, 3.6 watts a kilo. So I expect that for me maybe around the 260 average wattage. I'm 76 kilos currently. So just completed a mile, 1.1 mile in the leading. I'm in the pack drafting-ish, because look at the average, it's only just above 230. So I'm going to have to use absolute racecraft here. My tactics are, I've got to stay somewhere near the front, but I can still get a good draft here because of the competition here. I can be thrown and spat out the back of this group on the slightest of hills. So I reckon I'm going to have to do 550, 600 on the little punchy peaks climbs, at least, if not 650, to stay in this front group. Look, bottom line is I want to get to the end of this lap, get a good feel for the lap. I've seen other people do it on YouTube, but I want to get a feel for it at this level. Go over into lap two in the front group and let's see what happens. There should be about 4.5 miles to complete after that. So I'm tootling along nicely here in 15th gear, so nothing ridiculous. There was just a sense, though, I could just feel that any of these riders could, start attacking, and then you get a bit of a train effect, and then I wouldn't be able to keep the power down. But let's see. If anyone's going to attack, I suspect it won't be on that first punch. There is a power up on that first punch, as you can see, but it's going to be going towards the back end of that of the main peak, which is probably 75% through this first lap. Or looks like there's a bit of a punchy peak that after about 85%, and then there certainly is going up to the finish barrier on this Scottish course. Let's see anyway. Anything can happen. So 510 to 650, this is just, 6 months ago I was in the 290 to whatever 350 category. Such is the difference. Let's see, you've got to be on it. Got to be sharp. Can't be not concentrating, can't be misusing power-ups. Let's have a look. So nothing special here, just under 30 or 37 feet done, 10 minutes completed, 2.3 miles. We're still in the leading. I think we've dropped 2 or 3 riders, that's it. So I'm going to say there's 70 riders left. And I do need to come, let's say 36th, 37th. Let's think about this. So if I'm between 5:10 and 6:50, I'm probably halfway there. So if there's a nice distribution of ZRS riders, kind of a normal distribution, I suspect if I do finish in the top half, that's where I'll get a plus on my ZRS. That's the aim. And then I'm hoping to, over the next month or so, perhaps the next 6 weeks, get another 10 races in this category and slowly learn how to perform on the front end of this category. Right, bit of a test here. What are we doing? I would usually do on a climb like this 320 to 350. Let's see, so there's people are using the power ups. I'm having to do 495 there, 475 at least to stay in this front group. That's the difference. I'm sure I wouldn't be doing that in the group below. Perhaps, look, they're punching along. I'm going to get dropped here. First climb on the lead in, and I'm going to get dropped. Holding, I've had to use the boost, the drafting boost, coming through the barrier here. That's good. So we'll start the descent. I'm going to have to stand up on these pedals because I'm suddenly midway through this massive pack. Well, it says 26th, 27th. I'm going to have to get closer. Can you see how quickly I can get dropped here? And because I can't put a 600, 650 power up there, I can't get to the front as quickly. So we're in a massive train here. I think everyone else must be feeling it here. I don't want to use the feather, that's useless. The other power-up's gone. Oh, here we go. So we're just coming into, everybody's back in the pack here. Good. That is an indication of the difference in level. I'm shaking my head there, I'm laughing. That was just flipping. Welcome to 5:10 6:50, Michael. You are in a much stronger group here. I will be looking afterwards at some of the ZRSs, but if there's some plus 600s, they just took off then. And I think they put a marker down to show me what this is going to be all about. Anyway, back to the race. I'm holding on. I'm still in position, not being dropped. That's crucial. 4.9 miles to go this first lap. Just under 100 feet, 8.5 minutes done. We're cruising at 30 miles an hour. I'm drafting pretty well here. Just gets right in this group and I'll be in a fantastic position. I've got the feather which I'll use towards the top of that main climb. Already decided that. Averaging 253, so that's popped up another 20. The watts I was putting out there though was completely different, just under 500, just on the first bump, and that was to stay in contention. I'm hoping everybody else felt that. Let's just speed this up and get onto the main climb for the lap, which will be repeated on lap 2. Here we go, yellow again. Stay at the front, no messing about. I can't be spat out of the back like that again. I just can't afford to do that. Because if they'd gone any harder after the top and on the descent, I would have been dropped. And I wouldn't be catching this group up. They're a massive group. You couldn't catch them out on your own. Someone's gone out there. Someone's gone off. Baloney's at the Spaniard. I'm not chasing anyone down. The legs. I'm just going to sit in and draft. 9.1 miles to go. Done 170 feet out of 600. So that's done and dusted. What's the average? It's creeping up carefully. I think the pace is just hotting up. It'll be over 260 by the end of this main climb, I'm absolutely sure. We're at 2%. I'm doing nothing ridiculous here. It hasn't registered on the elevation graphic, so it's still just 1%. It's just a niggling 1%. Just, you want it to be flat. So we crawl around a couple of corners here and then we start that climb. What am I going to have to do? I cannot get dropped on the top. I'm in a good position here. Mop the brow. I've got the feather. I'm going to have to use the feather. I'm going to have to time that perfectly. Everything for me to get, I need to carve out every conceivable advantage to stay in this race. I'm on the absolute limit. Not at the moment. I'm doing 2:57 average. We've only been doing 13 minutes. I don't mean that. I'm on the limit. As if they go hard on this punch again, I could easily be dropped. Can't happen. I'm going to have to put between 500 to 600 watts. I'm absolutely sure. What am I doing at the front? Just a bit of lack of concentration there. However, to come round the corner, I'll be in a good position. Here we go. So we've got a, what is it, going to be about a 3%er, is it? It's still, there we go. It's still under 2.5%, 6 miles done, 200 feet climbed. Someone's gone off there using the feather. I'm not going to use the feather yet. It's too early. Use the feather. So I'm not going to use the feather. I use the feather. I'm in a great position here. I'm using the feather. But look, I'm not. I need to watch this. I should be doing 320 to 350 watts here. I'm going to stand up near the orange. That was the plan. Just hold in. It's becoming a train. When it spreads out like this, anything can happen. You can get dropped. Stand up. Right, push to the front there. The feather's been used. By the way, the battery on my left-hand side Zwift controller, I'm trying to get left here to get in the draft. I'm not stupidly. There. It was intermittently going off because I think the battery's going down. And it was flashing, but I couldn't see it flashing because it was under my towel. Anyway, you know now. So, not good for gear changes down. So as you'll notice, I save 15th and I can save the right hand one, which has got some battery life for a sprint at the end. Right, I'm delighted with that. I've come through the barrier in the front group. That wasn't too taxing, to be absolutely fair. 316 calories done, 6.6 miles. Got a feather from the top there going through the barrier. I'm in a great position here. 7.6 miles to go. We've got 2 miles of the first lap. So I need to be careful, but it's looking good here. We're on the descent here, so I'm not going to get dropped. Still having to do 250 with a perfect draft. 200 there. 262 average as predicted. 15th gear. That'll come down and then go up again. Probably end up between 262 and 265 at the end of the lap. I'm going to sit right in this draft. As I said before, I didn't see if anybody else was dropped. There's got to be 60 odd, 70 riders still in this pack. That's a perfect position to draft. Still doing, yeah, it's 260 average. That's come right down. Bit of a breather, feeling good. That strong coffee did the job. I'll never get any sleep tonight, but that's not the point. It's all about the Zwift. Let's have a look. Cruising around here. What a thing Zwift is. I've got to say, it's so enjoyable. I'm really out of my depth here, but I'm hanging on. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to probably burn through, I'm going to say about 600 calories in the 2 laps. Right, here we go. Look, people are pushing now. I've got the feather. I can't use it. When am I going to press it? About now. Let's see, there we go. Perhaps a bit too early. I need it to last over that dark red. Right, stand up. What am I going to do? 532, 572. I have to put more down. 577, 583, and then 530. Brilliant, brilliant. Right at the front, delighted with that. Use the feather perfectly. A little bit of a peak to go over it. Right, watch this. You're going to get some with the momentum pushing through. I need to stay in there. Just keep watching. It might slow down here. I'm in a good position here. You can just feel them moving away. There we go. I'm perfect. Right, brilliant. Another peak done. Bit of a descent now, and then we'll go into the final barrier. Concentrate. That stretch the group, and I'm right at the front of it. I'm feeling good about that. Real motivation, that, when you look at that banded group, and I'm sat right at the front. I've still got my legs. Still got energy in my legs. 0.7 of a mile to go. Almost 300 feet. 8 miles completed. Cruising at 30. Stand up. Just get the hamstrings. Some people are pushing there. Oh, sorry, they're pulling the group there. Just stay in contention. That's my job. I've 6 miles to go. Looks like we've dropped somebody off the back. Well, it's only one. If I'm reckoning there's still 65. Right, with another climb to the finish. How am I going to cope with this? Back in the yellow, there is an orange section. I'll be stood up there. 330, 340. In a good position here. I've no power up. See people save their feather for the end. I'll have to do that on the second lap. Stand up, get to 500 watts. Late fours will keep me honest there. Little blue bit, and then sit down for a second, but don't lose concentration. You see everyone coming past there, and there's a bit more hill to go before we start the second lap. Stand up. 500 watts, that'll do it. Keep going. Keep standing right to the end. Really enjoying commentating on this. It's really exciting, I've got to say. Well, I'm enjoying it anyway. I hope you are. Back in the group, but it's it's looking like a train. Is someone going to attack? I haven't the legs to be chasing them. Can't do over 225 watts there. I've had to stand up just to, put 500 watts just to get back in the front. Blimey, you can see how quick this group, they just attack out of nowhere. We just finished the climb. People attacking on that plateau. Different level, 263 average, roughly what I'd guesstimated. Almost 400 calories. Yeah, well, because I'm pressing it. Back in the front here. Well, I've lasted to 5 miles to go-ish, 5.2. Proud of that. That gave me confidence. I've got the feather, so do I use the feather? Can't remember whether you get another power up. Let's speed this along. Let's get onto this main hill. Less than 4 miles to go. Really exciting. Punched over there, still in the first group. Let's get down to 3 miles to go. And we'll slow it down and we'll roll this to the finish. 261 average. It's going to climb now. We'll finish 265, I reckon. Almost 500 calories done. RPM and my cadence just under 90. Right, what's going to happen here? This is the test. Who's going to attack? I'm with some real quality here. 510 to 650. I keep saying that, but it's because I can't believe it that I'm competing in this group. This is going to be a tough one here. Let's see. What am I going to have to do? I reckon 350. 325. A bit less than I thought, but nobody's attacking. Is that because it's such a big group? Surely somebody would be attacking now. I'm still doing 320. Don't need to stand up. Save the feather if you can. Don't want to use the feather to that punch or the last part. A few people are using their power-ups. I'm have to dig deep there to keep the over 300. I've used the feather. I shouldn't have used the feather there. Did I need it? And I'm standing. Yes, I did need it. I'm having to do over 400. Why have I gone into first place there? Right, I'm telling you now, I don't break away here. No spoiler. There you go. I was in the lead for 20 metres. Proud. Don't know whether we dropped anyone on that final bit, but we'll let 2.3 miles to go. 23 miles an hour. Use my power up. Oh dear. You can guarantee that the stronger riders wouldn't have used it there. But look, I wanted to stay in the front group right to the death, right to the finish. 2.2 miles to go. Come through the banner. Did we get a power up here? Oh, good. Yes. Great. Oh, I knew what I was doing. Only kidding. Didn't have a clue. Just delighted to be in this front group. I'm in a real good position here with 2 miles to go. Just over 28 minutes approaching. Almost 500 feet. 12.2 miles completed. Cruising at 29 miles an hour. In a good position in the draft. So I've got the extended draft power up. I don't need it on here. I didn't need. I could stay on the descent, and I'm sure it does have an effect. Perhaps on the flat before that last climb, or obviously on the last climb. It just fill me with so much confidence, the fact that I've stayed in this group. I really was wanting the mileage to just tick down to a mile. It was hurting me, I've got to say. 261 average. 260 average. I reckon 32 minutes to 33. 1.5 miles to go. I need to be in the draft, not on the edge of the draft. That's no good. It's hard to concentrate. Remember, my battery was intermittent there. I had a bit of left movement there from my left Zwift. We're going to kick here. What do I need to do? Well, I'm going to give it as much as I've got. Because if I get over here, then it's a flat-ish, and then the climb. Got to put it in here. Drafting boost. I've had to use it. Because I wanted to go over the top with these and stay in 480, 567, 612. That's the most I've put in. 645, 638. Absolutely delighted looking back at that. And look, I'm still getting dropped. I'm using the draft. I did 638 watts. I'm having to do nearly 500 again. 1 mile to go. I'm using the drafting boost. Stand up. Get into that group. I'm getting dropped here. I mean, a tremendous effort. 1 mile to go, but I'm getting dropped. There, I'm back in. I can't believe it. Really deserve that 0.9 of a mile. Who's going to attack now? We're on the descent. I can cope with that. I'm in the draft. 262 average over 30 minutes. 550 feet climbed. It's just over 6, so 50 feet to go. 55, perhaps 60 on the finish. I'm going to be there or thereabouts. Can I finish in 36th place or above? Believe me, I'm nothing for the sprint here. I was desperately holding on here. 0.6 a mile. I couldn't even register the numbers. Seriously, my body was that concentrating so hard in getting the blood to my legs. It was just like a blur, the screen. I'm happy to be here. I knew that. 0.5 of a mile. 31 minutes. As I said, 60 feet to go. Come round this corner and we're already on a thing. I was thinking, for goodness sake, people are going to attack here. I have nothing in it. Again, can I go over the top? Well, over the top, that is the finish. Someone's gone off there. Look, everyone else has got power-ups. I'm going to try my best. Still 18th. Right, stand. What have I got in? 400, 474. I'm giving it everything. 510. I can't do any more than that. I'm punching way above my weight. 515. I'm still doing 500. Have a sit down and then go again. 33rd. Flipping out. Come on, get round that corner. 15th. I need to, no, 16th gear. Climb. I'm pushing. The finish is just round the corner. 39th. I've passed that rider. 38th, 40th. Honestly, absolutely delighted with that. 263 average, 5.5 watts a kilo. Really pleased with everything I did there. The effort, the craft, power ups. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I really enjoyed commentating on that, watching that back. Well done to the winners. 4.1 watts a kilo. Ruiz there at the top. What was that? Only 10 seconds behind the front. Brilliant. Stayed in the group to the end. 4x4 stage 1, and really enjoyed that. I want to do the TT version because I suit that. 32 minutes. I don't know what that is, but really enjoyed that. Top 40. I ended up with ZRS +1. You'll see in a minute it says -2, but after everybody had finished, I ended up 574. If you like that, like and subscribe. I will see you soon.